How could you not tell them? Well, they're not gonna know. I mean, I'm only gonna start to show when I'm like, I don't know, 6 months or something, 7 months.
3 months.
No.
3 months. Fat in the face, jowls, fat ass.
Debbie didn't get fat.
Debbie is a freak of nature.
How could you not tell them? Well, they're not gonna know. I mean, I'm only gonna start to show when I'm like, I don't know, 6 months or something, 7 months.
3 months.
No.
3 months. Fat in the face, jowls, fat ass.
Debbie didn't get fat.
Debbie is a freak of nature.
Thank you for purchasing the female character creator for Poptoogi. This is a video for all of you who have bought it and people who want to know how to use my characters. So this is the female character, and right now you can see that there's some animation in here. And I'm going to show you some of the features that come with this character. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all of the animation that's in this character currently. So this is the default right now. And if you go inside the timeline, and if I hit T, or Z I should say, on the bone layer, you can see that this character is fully rigged. Has arms, legs, body is rigged. There is a little bit of hair physics going on for just the back hair. And there's also, I have the hair behind switch bone layers just to turn it off and turn off like ponytails and hair objects that are behind the character. I had to do this in order to make sure that the hair was always behind the body itself. But if we go ahead and turn that off and go into the face layer, there's a second set of bones with just the face, so you can change all the hairstyles up here. And there's blinking, smart bones, there's eyebrow expressions from angry to neutral to happy or surprised. And then we also have the mouth, the switch layers to do lip syncing. And then if I hit T and move around, we have the eyes as well. Those are just some smart bone actions, but if I zoom into the face, you can see you can actually animate any part of the face itself. You can do the eyebrows separately and animate those. You can grab the eyelids here and here. You can move stuff around. You can move both eyebrows at the same time. So it's really, I took a lot of time to create this character. And also, if we go to the main layer, this character also has smart bones to create different outfits. So right now she has a top on with the collar and untucked. And if I move this around, you can see that I have a tank top, kind of coat with different sleeves, no sleeves, short sleeves, shirt with collar, a blouse with different sleeve settings, and same with the bottoms. So we have kind of capri pants going on here. We have shorts, boots, and then all variations in between. So there's capris with the sneakers, jeans, flip-flops, and so on. So this is really easy to create a new character with these switch layers. And I also have different styles added to this character as well. So if I go to frame 1, I'm going to go up to the styles, and you can see all these listings for the skin tone, shirts, pants, shoes. Every color can be changed here. If I go into the skin tone, you'll notice that if I change the skin tone color, it changes all the switch layers for the hands and whatnot too. So if I go through those, cycle through them, you can see that they've all changed, as well as the mouths. So if I go back into the face, you don't have to worry about the recoloring everything for the character. So go in here, and just a quick tip for those of you who are using this character, if you want to change the skin tone, what I like to do is I'll select the skin tone, or any of these colors, and then I'm going to hold shift down and select that same color, and it's going to make the stroke the exact same color. And then I'll double click that stroke and then just make it a little darker. This way you can match the kind of color value, but just make it a little darker for your character, so it's really easy to match up or make your character's outline look a lot better. Same goes with the shirts and things like that. So we'll go into shirts, and let's say I select like a yellow color. I'll go ahead and grab the stroke eyedropper, and I'm just going to select the shirt color above it so they're the same. Double click the stroke and make that a little darker. And again, this is just to kind of match the stroke and the fill together with the same kind of color values, so you don't have to go searching for something that's matching. Same with the hair. We can go to hair, and we can, you know, give her like a orangish color. Select the stroke eyedropper, grab that, double click the stroke and make it a little darker. That way the shadow and the highlights kind of match each other. So it's really, really, really easy to create different looks for the character. Also, again, because I have all these styles set to different layers, if I change the hairstyle, you can see now those are all have changed to orange as well. So really, really fast you can create new characters. And I'll show you how to make new characters and have them interact with the other ones as well. But let me go back. I'm going to go ahead and undo everything. Go back to the default. And show you some other features with this character. So this gets you started if you don't have any, if you're not really good at drawing or anything. You can use this character to kind of start off and not have to worry about creating a lot. So we have the character here. I also have actions in this character. So if we go up to Window and go to Actions, you can see in this list we have SmartBone actions, but we're going to take a look at the regular actions. So if I go into the timeline anywhere in here and select one of these actions, like we'll select walk, and I'll import or insert a copy of it, what it's going to do is add keyframes for the walk. So now the character is walking, then I'm down here in the timeline and I want the character to run. Click on run, insert, changes those keyframes to run. Now the character's running, and then I also have a default pose, which is just the static pose that it starts in. So if I click on that, it's going to return the character back to her neutral position. And then I have a couple of other actions that you can just throw in just for when the character's talking. So if I hit hands up explaining and insert that, you'll see the character will raise her hand, or both hands up excited. We'll go, let's do lean back with hands on hips, and then insert that. So then she goes back like that, and then we can do wondering. I'm just adding a bunch of the different ones so you can see. So now she puts her hand on her chin. And combined with that, there's also actions for the face itself. So now we have the character walking, then we have her running, she stops, does a bunch of different poses. And we can also, while we have these actions, we can go into the face rig, which is the face bone layer right here. And you can see I have eye roll, default face, wonder, surprised, angry. So let's go ahead and, as she's walking, we can go ahead and do bored and just insert a copy of that. That's going to change her facial expression. So now she's bored, kind of looking down. Go a little bit further. Let's go ahead and go angry and put that in. Now she's running, angry. And let's go ahead and make her face go back to default when she stops. So we'll just default face, insert copy. So now it goes back to that. And then let's do when she's wondering, puts her hand on her chin. We'll go ahead and select wonder in here and insert the copy of that. So now you can see her eyebrows have changed and she's kind of looking down. And all of these are just actions. They're basically inputting keyframes, but you can go in and tweak everything as you see fit. So if I have her running, maybe I want her to look behind. I'll go ahead and go here. I'll click on the eye position on the bottom of the bone, and then her eye position, I'll move when she opens her eyes from the blink. I'll have it moved over here. And maybe I'll have her open her mouth. So I'll click on the mouth switch layer, and I want them to switch to the next keyframe without cycling through all the other mouths. So I'm going to right click and change it to step, and then I'll go forward, and then I'll go ahead and select her mouth open. And maybe I'll go ahead and put in like surprised look on her face, and I'll just insert those keyframes. So when she opens her mouth, oops. Now this is something that will happen a lot. Now that I've placed something new in, it's changing the keyframe of the mouth. So where did I have that? Go ahead and change it right here. And I need to delete this one so her mouth stays open. So when she's running, again, we can change the eye position, have her look behind. And so you can see why this is really helpful, because you can actually do stuff really fast. And let's do a goofy look. So now I made her a little derpy, made her eyeballs go a little wonky. I can go back and hit default face just to get that back to where it's supposed to be. And move these keyframes over. And the really nice thing about this rig is that you can make dozens of different types of character. You can actually go through and make your animations, so you can actually, you don't have to use the actions. You can come in here and you can pose your character however you want and animate her. And oops. The derp pose is pretty funny. You can animate her normally, but then if you want to change her entire look, even though you've animated everything, you can come back to the beginning. I'll go to frame 1, and let's go ahead and change the look of her. So we're going from her kind of business casual look. We'll put a jacket on her, long sleeves, and then let's put jeans on her with the, let's put boots on her. Do I have that? Oh, I need to put one on with boots and the jeans. Here's some boots, but they're in shorts. So the reason why, now see when I'm scrolling through it, it's cycling back to her outfit. That's because it's made keyframes for all of the smart bones for the hair, tops, and bottoms. So all we need to do is select that orange keyframe and delete that rotation there. Oops. Except for, actually, let's do that first. Delete those. Now, change her hair and her tops. Let's make it a blouse this time. And flip-flops. And then go into the face, change her hair. We'll give her an afro. And let's go ahead and use the color styles that are already in here. So let's go ahead and change her skin tone. I'll select darker color. And then I will go ahead and eyedrop that, make the outline a little darker. So now we've changed to her color, and let's change the color of her blouse. So we'll select shirt, and let's do like a light yellow. And maybe we want her flip-flops to match her shirt. So we'll go ahead and select shoe accent, which is the second color for her shoes, and then I'll go ahead and eyedrop. Left click and drag over to her shirt and select that, and that changes her flip-flops to that color. And within a couple seconds we have a brand new looking character. Oh, I need to make sure her hair stays the same. So let's go back to the main layer. We'll select oh, hairstyles under the face layer, I'm sorry. And let's go ahead and select the rotation of that bone. So that's the orange one. That's why they're colored orange. We'll delete that entire line, and then we'll go ahead and change your hair there. So now within a couple seconds, we've created an entirely new looking character with the exact same animation as before, and we didn't have to do hardly anything to have a new character look. So I even have, let me change her eye. I even have eyeshadow color. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go to frame 1. Let's zoom in on her. Oh, let's change the blouse stroke. So we'll go ahead and select shirt. Right now it's purple. We'll select the eyedropper, select the top, fill color, and then go ahead and make the stroke a little bit darker so it has a nice color match like that. And then her eyeshadow, where is that? Eyeshadow color. We'll go ahead and select fill, select her skin tone, and then make that a little bit darker. Can't see it yet, but we'll go ahead where her eyes are half closed, and now you can see her eyeshadow is a different color as well. Again, just a couple minutes to go from this character to this character, and didn't have to change the animation, didn't have to do anything other than move a couple of smart bones. So let's say you've made this new character and you want to add another female character to the scene. So let's go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and clear the animation from the document. So it's going to take out everything, and I'll go ahead and I'm going to go to frame 1 and set her up again. So change her hair, go to the face, and hair behind, turn that off. I just had to wiggle that. And let's go ahead and make her, there's her flip-flops. So now we have a new character. Let's go ahead and save this. So I will call her, I'm going to do a command save, and I'll just call her Claire and save that animation. But what I also want to do is, if I'm going to have multiple characters in the same scene, I'm going to want to rename the styles, and I'll show you why here in just a second. So what I'm going to do is I'll double click the style, and then I'm going to go and rename this. I'm just going to call this Claire skin tone. And just to save time, I'm going to select this and copy it. It's Command C. And I'm going to go through all of my color styles and just rename them. So instead of female color, it's going to be Claire eye color. Double click this, Claire shirt color, and so on. So it's a little bit of a pain, but trust me, it's much more of a pain if you don't rename them. So we'll just do this really fast, and I'm not going to speed this up or cut it just because I want you to see how long this actually takes. It's really not that bad. Go ahead and select this. Claire shoe color main. Female. Claire hair color. Female lip color. Almost done. Belt color. Halfway done, I should say. And again, I know this seems like this is an extremely long process or kind of cumbersome, but it's really not that bad. Only takes a couple minutes, and with the time you save, with the actions and all that other stuff, this isn't really a big problem. And almost time. Sorry, I'm trying to keep talking so you guys don't get bored watching me copy and paste text. Clear sock color. Almost there. 3 more. Boot color 1. And almost there. Second shirt color. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to hit Command S so we save the character. So now we have our character, we have her style renamed. Now we want to add a second character. So I'll go up to File, I'll import. I'm going to import the original female character. So I'll Animate Studio Object, and I'm going to select the original one, the file that you guys get, and go ahead and hit OK. Oops, hold on, let me redo that. Make sure this is closed down so you can see. So this is, I'll rename this to Claire. And go ahead and import Animate Studio Object, and here's our original, and hit OK. And I'll call this one Kim. So now we have two different characters. Let me go ahead and grab her, move her over. And she still has that animation that I made earlier. So let's go ahead and make these characters walk together and have a little conversation. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all of that animation for Kim. And we'll go to Animation, Clear Animation from Layer. Yes, so she doesn't have anything now. I'm going to move her over a little bit. And the reason why Claire looks like that is because we're on frame 0. But when I go to frame 1, it changes into our new character. And we'll go ahead and use some of the actions to show you how fast you guys can set up a scene with this. So with Claire selected, I'm going to go ahead and open up our actions again. And I'm going to go ahead to go to regular, and I'm going to go to walk and just insert a copy. So we have her walking. Oh, I have to see the back hair showing up there. We need to go into the face layer, or no, the main layer, and make sure that's turned off. So select the rotation of orange, and then let's make sure we have that turned off. There we go. Now her hair's, the back part of the hair is gone. It is, again, a little tricky just because I have to put the hair items that are behind the body in a different layer. So it's a little bit confusing, but an easy fix. So we have our character walking. Let's go ahead and have Kim walk. So we'll select her, and we'll put walk, insert a copy there. And we don't want them walking exactly the same or synchronized. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to grab Kim's walk cycle and hold down Command. Or I'm sorry, not Command. Don't do that. Hold Option down. And then left click and drag, and we're just going to offset. We're going to make her stride a little bit, just a tiny bit longer. And maybe even move this whole set over so she starts walking a little bit different, like that. Oh, and I just noticed Claire's outfit just changed, so we need to, oh, I know, let me go back. I'm gonna undo some stuff here. Okay, because that changed her outfit. I need to, because I deleted the orange rotation, I need to just go to just the hair behind and select that. Wait. Let's go select both the tops and bottoms and delete just those, I think. No, that's not right. We want to keep those. Dang it. I just want... Let's see. Trying to figure out which ones to get rid of. There we go. Okay. I'm glad that happened though, because now you can see, because of the SmartBone actions, sometimes it'll place keyframes that you don't want. So what I did was I just deleted that cycle because the cycle was made with these tops and bottoms and oriented in a different place. So I just had to go in there and delete those Now we'll go into Kim, select walk, insert, and even having to figure out those little errors and fixing them is still going to be much, much faster than having to reanimate a different character. So now our characters are walking at a little bit of a different pace. I'll just grab this, hold option, maybe one frame even. Just making our stride just a little bit different. That's just to make the characters look a little different. So let's go ahead, and I think I have an audio clip. I grabbed something really random from, what movie is it? Where is it? I don't have it. Hold on just a second. Okay, the audio clip is from the movie Knocked Up. I just wanted to get 2 female voices, so I just grabbed the first thing I found. So I'm going to go ahead and go to frame 0. I'm going to insert the audio. So select that, grab that WAV file. Now there's 2 ladies talking, so I'm going to grab Kim first. And I'm going to do some facial expressions and things like that. So we'll go ahead and grab her face rig. I'm going to hit T and select her eye, bottom of the bone, have her looking over at Claire. Actually, let's put that on frame 1 so she's looking at her from the start. Okay. Now, I'm going to start doing lip syncing, and I'll show you. I just want to do this all in real time so you can see how fast it works. So I'm going to, on frame 1, I'm just going to click on her mouth switch layer, and then I'm going to right click and hit step. The reason I'm doing this is so that the switch layers switch to the exact frame that I want instead of cycling through all the mouth. So let me play the audio for a second. How can you not tell them is what she says first. So I'm going to go in the timeline. I'm going to zoom in on her, and I'm going to just use my arrow keys to change the mouths. How. So I'm going to switch to an A sound. How. Then an O. How. K. Can. And. U. So that's an O sound. Not. So that's teeth together. Tell. The L. Lips touching. Them. And then her mouth closes. Oops. I didn't do step. I'm gonna select these and then hit step. So now, how can you not tell them? Tell them. That should, these should be closer up here.
How can you not tell them?
And let's make sure this one's step 2. Okay.
How can you not tell them? Well, they're not gonna know. I mean, I'm only gonna start to show.
Now I'm just gonna go listen to the. So this is the other character's part. So we'll go ahead and let it play.
When I'm like, I don't know, 6 months or something, 7 months, 3 months.
Okay, she says 3 months. The other, Kim says 3 months.
3 months.
So now let's go back in here. 3. R sounds how R also form like O. So E. E. M, mouth closed. S, teeth together. 3 months.
3 months. No.
E. Okay, the M's more like here. And I'm just trying to match up the mouth sounds. There we go. 3 months.
3 months. No. 3 months.
Now she said 3 months again, so I'm just going to copy these. Command C, select them, and then Command V, paste.
3 months.
And then just kind of adjust them to fit better. Three months, 3 months.
3 months.
No.
3 months. Fat in the face. Jowls.
Fat in the face. So that's her again, so we'll go here. Fat. So it starts with F. At. Face. Ace. S's teeth together. Fat in the face.
Fat in the face.
Jowls. Close her mouth for a little bit. Jowls. So. Ow.
Fat ass.
Fat ass. Fat ass. Okay. So we have, I'm not going to do I don't think the entire auto clip, but I'm going to do her first, then I'll go ahead and do the second character's lip sync.
How could you not tell them? Well, they're not gonna know. I mean, I'm only gonna start to show when I'm like, I don't know, 6 months or something, 7 months.
And that's a lot of dialogue to lip sync, but it should be pretty fast. Again, I'm not compressing this or making it shorter for time because I want you guys to really see how long it actually takes. So we'll go into Claire, click her face, and let's have her look back at Kim. So I'm going to grab the eye bone and have her look back here. And then we'll go ahead and start lip syncing her too. So, okay, so her dialogue starts here. So I'll click here. And remember to right click, select step, and then we'll go ahead and I want to listen to it again.
Well, they're not gonna know.
Well, they're not going to know, so. Oops, how come she's not looking at her? What do I do? Grab the eyes, have her look at her. Okay, well, they're not going to know. L. Anytime you hear L, you have the tongue touching the teeth. Air. Remember, R and O have the same mouth. The T sound is teeth. Not. Ot. Ga. It's talking really fast, so it's. No. I mean, I'm only going to start to show, but she really rambles. So you kind of just match the mouth sounds, not really the letter for letter, but no. I mean. Always get the closed mouth parts though, as best you can, because that really shows. I mean, and not gonna show. I'm only gonna start to show. Wow, that's hard to tell what she's saying right there. Me. I mean, I'm only gonna show. Lee. Lee. Show what?
Start to show when I'm.
Start to show. She says start to show in like half of a second. Show when I'm like, oh, when I'm like. I do this even when I'm not recording, make the sounds with my own voice just to kind of match.
I don't know, 6 months?
I don't know, 6 months.
No, 6. I don't know, 6 months.
I don't know. Like
6 months?
6 months. 6 months or so. X months. Or so. Or something. Thing. So. 7 months. Months. Closed. So, seems like it took a long time for that. I know, but not really.
Well, they're not gonna know. I mean, I'm only gonna start to show when I'm like, I don't know, 6 months or something.
And it doesn't look like it's matching up as good as it should, but that's just because this is the preview. It should render a little bit better. So.
3 months? No.
Now we'll do her no.
3 months? No. No. 3 months. Fat in the face. Jowls, fat ass. Debbie didn't get fat.
Okay. So I won't do the rest of it because I know you guys are like, this is too long. But so now we have our characters walking. Let's go ahead and throw some facial animation in there without having to do a lot of work. So let's go. So right here, let's go ahead and select Kim. Select her face. And then let's do surprised. Surprise, insert. So this is going to change. Now, surprised, her eye pupils look down because I keyframed it. So we can see that this is the bone that's moving, the eye position. So let's go make sure that we go back to where we started the surprised look. And we just want to take out the movement right here. So let's take that out. Oops. Make sure I have the right one selected. There. And we want to take this keyframe out. So now the keyframe for the eyes to move down. She still has the surprised look, but she's still looking at the other character.
How could you not tell them? Well, they're not gonna know. I mean, I'm only gonna.
No, they're not gonna know. Let's go ahead and make Kim be like, what? Or have a kind of wondered look on her face instead. So we'll insert that.
I mean, I'm only gonna start to show when I'm like, I don't know, 6. only going to start to show when I'm like.
And then we'll go back to default. And I want her to start looking back up at the other characters, so I'm going to create a keyframe, hit T, right in the middle of the blink. Make sure that's a keyframe, and then have that when she opens her eyes, and have her look back up at her.
I only get to start to show when I'm like, I don't know.
I'm going to spread these out a little bit so it's a little longer.
Show when I'm like, I don't know, 6 months or something. 7 months. 3 months.
Now, when she says 3 months, we can change her facial expression again. Let's do surprised or angry, maybe. Let's see.
3 months. No.
Actually, let's not even use an action. Let's go ahead and just keyframe animate. So let's go ahead and go here. I'm gonna have her, I'm clicking on her eyebrow or eyelids, so it creates keyframe. Then she says 3 months, I'm gonna lower them. And I'm also gonna change her eye position, so click at the start one, and then move her pupils down a little bit.
3 months.
And then maybe let's move her eyebrows too. We can freeze frame all of these bones real quick. So let's go ahead and Command A, select all those bones, and Command F. So that freezes her face. And then we can hit B, and then let's move her eyebrows. So I'll hit T and curve it up like that, so she's got kind of a puzzled look.
3 months. No. 3 months.
I'm going to Command A, Command F, so I freeze frame all of her face, and then I'm going to have it go back to normal again. So we'll go back to
3 months.
Let's go back to default face. And again, I'll hit T, select the eye position, make it go back to looking at her.
No, when I'm like, I don't know, 6 months or something, 7 months. 3 months. No. 3 months. Fat in the face, jowls, fat ass.
When she says fat in the face, we'll change her eyes one more time. Like she's surprised. So we'll go ahead. Let's go ahead and just do surprised. We'll select surprised, add that. Oops, where is it? Surprised, insert. There we go. And again, we have to move her eyes. So click that. And then the ending one. Move it there.
Fat in the face, jowls, fat ass.
And now let's go ahead and grab Claire and do the same thing. We'll just go and add some.
How can you not tell them? Well, they're not gonna know.
Well, they're not going to know. So now we're in Claire, her character face. We'll do. We'll just do bored. And we'll change it a little bit so her eyebrows go up.
Well, they're not gonna know. I mean, I only get to start.
I'm creating a freeze frame for her face so we can go back to this default. I'm going to copy that. Paste it over here. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the keyframes from her face here because I don't want to slowly go back. I want to paste them here. So she holds this facial position of her looking down for a little bit and then moves over. So let's try it. Let's see what that looks like.
Well, they're not gonna know. I mean, I only get to start to show when I'm like.
We'll do surprised again.
Like, I don't know, 6 months or something, 7 months, 3 months.
I'm freeze framing, moving up a little bit and going back to default.
Something, 7 months.
Oops, that changed her hair and stuff. We can fix that, but I don't want to do all that because you saw how I did it at the beginning to fix it. So
Oh, when I'm like, I don't know, 6 months or something, 7 months, 3 months.
let's do, well, actually, let's go ahead and hit default face. So what that's going to do, see how it's changing your hair? It's because this is moving. So let's go ahead and fix that. We'll go to the keyframe, or part of the time frame that we need to make sure it's not changing. Hit B, we'll deselect, and now we're just going to select just the hairstyles. We want to make sure that we don't change the rotation. So let's go to this one right here. Delete that. I don't know if that's not, is that the right one?
Something, 7 months, 3 months. No.
Yeah, that was the right one. So, and I'm going to grab her eye position. Make her look back. And we'll do angry. Add that in.
3 months. No.
That's good. When she says no, she does sound a little upset.
No. 3 months. That.
Wait, let's go. Where's
7 months. 3 months. No. 3.
no?
3 months.
So we'll add that in right here. Angry. Insert.
No. 3 months. No. No.
That erased her no though. So let's angry, insert. Why did it erase her keyframes? Here. Her mouth. Well, let's copy that. Let's go ahead and insert angry. And then also paste in that back in so we have the mouth. Whoa. That did some crazy stuff. The eyes went all wonky. So let's just here. I'm gonna manually animate this, so we'll just go in, and when she says no, have her look back at her, and then I'm making some keyframes for her eyebrows.
No. 3 months.
And I'm clicking on the center of these because I want to rotate them up. Again, I'm starting a keyframe that you can't really see, and then when I end it, I'm going to move them.
No. 3 months.
So there you go. I'm going to leave it to that because I did about 200 frames of animation, and even though this video tutorial is incredibly long, well, not really, but
How can you not tell them? Well, they're not gonna know. I mean, I only get to start to show when I'm like, I don't know, 6 months or something, 7 months, 3 months. No. 3 months.
okay. Seems like it took a long time, but keep in mind we created 2 different characters. We imported audio and added walking and facial expressions and eye motion all within that time. So it's actually really fast. So I'm sure if you've purchased this, you have a lot more questions. Just go ahead and send me a message on Facebook. I'll be glad to answer them. Or you can send them, just put them on here on YouTube, and I'll answer those as well. But again, this character is really easy to use. You can make dozens of characters, and it's extremely fast, or should be extremely fast for you to create your own stuff. And yeah, if you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.